Hi everyone, Telios here. This will be a video on the Phase 2 ship combat mission South. So here we're going to use the Tarkin capital ship because we use Thrawn's capital ship North, and we're going to be using an Empire team. So we're going to be using the Palp Shuttle, Gauntlet, Reaper, and then I'm going to have one Sith on call, and then I'm going to also pull in the Geonosians. So before we jump in, I want to talk a little bit about the makeup of this team. So the first thing that you'll notice is I've got the Emperor shuttle in here. This is a really important addition to the team, mostly because the first thing that the GK capital ship does is AoE your team, add a daze, and then do a bunch of damage. So um, the cool thing about the Emperor shuttle is that he dispels all debuffs anytime he takes damage from a target locked enemy. That doesn't matter too much, but the second part of this, Empire and Sith allies gain protection up 20% for 2 turns when they're critically hit, or doubled to 40% if they're taunting, is a big deal. So any amount of protection up that we can add to this team is a big deal, because basically with the GK ship, what you have to do is survive long enough to even start doing anything, because his AoE calls assist at the beginning. It does a bunch of damage. All the ships that are out there do a bunch of damage. So your step number one is to survive. So the reason I picked the Emperor shuttle with TIE Reaper and the Gauntlet, mostly is because the Gauntlet brings this additionally it grants 25% defense to all allies, or doubled for Empire allies. So all of your opening ships here are going to have plus 50% defense. And then the TIE Reaper is really strong, as it has a 50% prot up for empires. So what's going to happen is if the Emperor's shuttle takes enough damage, he's going to force taunt either the Gauntlet or TIE Reaper. And between those two ships, they should be able to trade off enough protection up until you get one of your other tanks in there. And then you can kind of get the ball rolling on starting to put out some damage. So this is mostly theoretical. I'm using it in phase 2. I already won the other ship combat. So I want to see how this works, because this fight is very, very hard. And so far, this has been my prevailing theory on how to actually make it work. So what should happen is we'll have GK, his damage ship, the little guy on the right there, is going to go first, and then GK is going to use his opening move. And then you can see everything was target locked. So I'm in huge trouble. So we immediately got everything target locked, which has never happened to me before in the previous fight. So yeah, I don't even know really kind of what I can do. So I can deal special damage to an enemy, which doesn't really do a whole lot. Hopefully I can do some ability block here. TIE Reaper is taunting, so obviously I'm going to do prot up. Yeah, I, I don't know what you do. You know, like, I think the next thing that I have to pull in is Sunfac, because he's the only thing that's going to be able to survive here, and I can force a stun onto the damaged ship, get rid of the buffs that he has, and then they're going to reinforce, which is definitely going to be a problem, because Clone Sarge is going to taunt until basically I do enough damage to get past his protection down, which is going to be really hard. Um, that's just going to be really, really difficult. But luckily, it looks like I might get there. If I can reinforce with another ship, I might be able to do enough damage. Yeah, I'm just in really big trouble here. So like I said, in that opener, I've never seen them target lock my whole team and then the Umbran Starfighter just blow everything up like that. That has not happened to me before. so obviously, like I don't know how you're supposed to predict that. I called in the spy here because I was hoping to get a lucky taunt on the DPS ship that's back there. It didn't happen, so like it's almost guaranteed Sunfag is going to go down here, and then I'm just dead. Like there's nothing I can do when they blow up two of your ships in the opener. You have no recourse. There's literally nothing you can do. Having tanks in there wouldn't have helped. There isn't a ship that I can think of that would have auto taunted here. I don't know what you do. I honestly I just don't know what you do in this combat without something to cheese like Houndstooth that gives you almost an infinitely survivable ship, or without some other with, without some other ship or capital ship or something. I don't know how you beat this combat, aside from just getting really lucky. If they wouldn't have target locked my whole team, and if Umbran wouldn't have destroyed basically my whole fleet in the opener, maybe I would have been okay. I would have been able to get a prod off from Gauntlet. Um, Reaper would have been able to give prod up to Gauntlet, and everything kind of would have survived better. I don't know. I don't know. Hopefully, this video helps someone. Probably not, but there you go.